Hello and welcome to another update video about Polygon MATIC. So it continues to be a difficult thing here with MATIC. In the last video I showed you here this ascending wedge, out of which typically with a higher probability you would break out to the downside. Now this is also what happened eventually. So we broke out of this support, which was at 146. This was also horizontal support, in this region here, 146, 141. That is exactly where we are currently, the 141 level. So basically a bit of a zone here. 141 is the 50% Fibonacci retracement. So we broke below this wedge, and we are now potentially, that's how it's looking like. We dropped also below this Fibonacci level. So as you broke below the wedge, you hovered a little bit above the 50-day percentage, the 50% Fib retracement. We retested and then moved down to the next support at 130. It's also the next support level that I gave you in the previous video, 130. You can see we reached it by a fraction of a cent. Then we moved up all the way from 130. We moved up all the way to 147 to retest this wedge. And therefore you can see that this was actually an accurate pattern and an accurate trend line as well, because you moved down all the way. You moved, how much is that? This is 11% in just a day. You moved up and then you retested it from below. Retest successful. You moved down again, quite bearish. Now we are retesting the 50% Fib retracement, and from here, in my opinion, if we can't get above that, then further downside potential is imminent, and very possible. And my price target is and has been actually primarily for Polygon MATIC down here in this area. It still is between the range of 32 to 60 cents. I know it might sound ridiculous from where we currently are, but to be honest, it is only a 55% roughly, from where we are now. It is, let me measure that again. Where we're now, it's 56%. Not that unrealistic given what I actually expect for Bitcoin, and that altcoins typically are more volatile. So if you don't know what I expect for Bitcoin, check out my Bitcoin video. I explain it very detailed in the last video. So this chart still needs to complete its lower low, which would be below that level of 60 cents, below the 78.6% Fibonacci level. What you typically want to do is to get this ABC pattern. That's the best correction pattern, and the one after which you can have a lot of trust in the chart. At the moment, we are not there yet. I think we still see some further downside. And Polygon MATIC, one good example that not everything is following Bitcoin. The chart looks entirely different to the Bitcoin chart. Of course, they are all sort of related, but all financial markets are that to a degree, but they all still move in their individual waves. And so also Polygon MATIC here can see completely different wave pattern, but also here for Polygon, I've never really stopped to believe in this lower level. It's been remaining here on the price chart. And yes, there is a possibility to already, have completed the correction here. And we can then see in this scenario, see all of this, what has been coming up here as a diagonal pattern. You can construct with a lot of fantasy a 5-wave move into this. So this would be an impulse. Based on that, you would then have your A, B, C. Based on that, the low could already be in. And I talked about that previously. So there is a way for Polygon to get out of this, without dropping into the yellow target area. How the lowest price that Polygon MATIC can go down to still achieve that sort of halfway bullish scenario is the $1 level. So if it drops below $1, that's it. And then I think we can really get to that 60-cent level. However, at the moment, I don't really believe in this alternative scenario. I'm still quite firm about this scenario that we get into this region between 32 and 60 cents, even though it's not a must in this case, because there is another scenario that is maybe not too unlikely, but still. The thing is, if we go up from here and you don't really get the reset by making that lower low, I wouldn't have a lot of trust in the chart. There are many other crypto charts that look then much more bullish and in which I would have much more trust. cryptos that have done their lower low, for example, Solana, Ethereum, Cardano. What else did we have? AVAX, Terra Luna, yeah. So here for Polygon MATIC, you need to think about it in a way that, you know, you eat 2 Pizza Hut stuffed crust and then you go to a marathon, yeah, and you run your marathon directly after that. And this is pretty much the same as if you would just go up from here, yeah. I would not have a lot of trust in it, and you won't get a good result with that. In fact, you might even collapse, yeah. So I don't really have a lot of trust in this scenario to go up from here. I think we're gonna see this and then go up from here, yeah. This is pretty much what I would like to see of this chart. If it doesn't do it, again, I would have less trust in the chart, and then there are other crypto charts that look much better and might be a better investment for me personally. Again, I'm not telling you what to do, but at the moment, everything is showing here weakness on the chart for me. We dropped below this ascending wedge. We are currently retesting a fib level from below. We are very close to that 130 level, because if you drop below the 130, then you're close to the dollar level, right? And you get very, very fast, I think, to that dollar level. That happened every time we broke the 130. We moved down quite a lot, quite fast. And also when we moved above the $1 level, we moved up quite fast to 130. So therefore, there is limited support and resistance in that area between between 130 and $1, yeah. So that's important. And looking generally at the indicators, the weekly, pretty much I would say moving sideways here. The weekly MACD, RSI is in the bearish range, so there is no strength at the moment. It's just sideways movement here, and that is fairly bearish. There is certainly nothing that has completed the correction yet. Here, this there was one 4-day candle of a bullish crossover here on the 4-day chart, but that has been basically invalidated, reversed, and we're now heading further down, and we had another bearish crossover. So again, a crypto that is on its way to new all-time highs or might have completed the correction just wouldn't do it. 2-day chart as well under pressure, MACD heading further down, RSI in the bearish range, the ADX and DI made a short signal. So yeah, from that point of view, I think it's not looking too good. I mean, the daily is a bit recovering a little bit here, but also RSI in the daily in the bearish range. And the reason why the daily is recovering, I think, because it is retesting that fib level from below. So we also always need to understand the context about what is happening here, yeah. So yeah, and that is my view here about Polygon MATIC. So don't currently have too much trust in the chart. Doesn't really look very bullish. Yeah, I'm a bit skeptical about the chart. I think it still has to come lower. I still think it has space to come lower, and I think it must do to really complete the correction and give me and other people also more trust in the chart, because what it has done so far, there is a way, as I say, but you know, there are other cryptos that gave a, oh, sorry, there's a dog in the background. There are other cryptos that give a better and a more trustful signal in a potential reversal here. All right, that's my view about Polygon MATIC. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.